then how does the place you're from ever get any better? And I guess that was in my aquaponics greenhouse that I built. It actually burned down now, but that's another story. I was given a tour to a group of guys, and the guy was, I forget where he was from. I think he might have been from Colorado or something, but he was a professor at King's College. And as I'm like talking to him about the super efficient wood burning stove, and I'm showing him the aquaponics and how we make charcoal and all this other stuff that we're doing there. And he's like, you know, what happened in your life that you got stuck here? You know, kind of is what he said to me. And I would have been taken back by it, but I kind of just said like, well, you know, if everyone wants to go to Colorado and smoke hash oil, how does the area you're from ever get any better? You know, like all the smart, you hear it, brain drain. You hear it all the time. People talk about it, and it's like, well, then it's a real thing. How does the area you're from ever get any better if all the people who want to do something different leave? Like I would have been one of 100 guys out in Colorado with a beard trying to do aquaponics. You know what I mean? But I'm one of one here, so I can have a whole captive audience, and I could be talking to people who I would never be able to talk to in 1,000 years because they'd look at my shirt and they'd see the holes in it, and they'd be like, "I'm not going to talk to this guy." But now I could talk to a Coors Light guy about the quality of the water in the river. The Susquehanna River was very polluted, and you could read articles about it, but it's a lot of it is agricultural runoff mixed down to the Chesapeake Bay, algae blooms and stuff like that. It's a big problem. That's what it is. And before that, it was polluted with a lot of industrial waste. You know, when we were kids, there were no eagles flying around, you know, the area. I live right on the river here. There was no eagles in Pittston, man, when we were kids, you know what I mean? Because we used to swim in the river. And, you know, now there's eagles, you know, and that is a direct result of the water quality improving to the point where the eagles can now make a living in Pittston, where before they couldn't, you know, like because the small fish and crustaceans have come back because the water quality has improved. So like, those are just some of the ways now I could talk to someone in my hometown who I would never have a platform with before, but he sees me building a mud oven. He sees me working with my hands. So like I have some street cred with this guy right away. But I'm thinking about something totally different than this guy. But now we're talking about the quality of the river, and we're just two people. We don't represent a political party. We don't represent any affiliations other than just like, yeah, the river's gotten a lot cleaner. You know, you're right. And then, so now I'm able to talk to people in the community about things that matter to me, where they're not priorities for people around here. Just the regular Coors Light guys, you go talk to them, they're not talking about that stuff, you know, and not what they're talking about is, or what I'm talking about is any better or worse. It's not competition. I'm not competing with those guys, but I want to be able to talk to those guys about things that are important to me. And the only way I can do that is to kind of gain that street cred, to show that I'm, you know, like I'm a worker, you know, I'm willing to do it, you know, like I'm willing to get my hands dirty. So that allows me that opportunity to do it. So that was what I said to the guy, you know, like, that's why I'm here, you know, and in a long and short, you know, reason was like, you know, and he was like, okay, you know, like I get it. And I was like, that's what happened in my life almost, you know, like I decided that is what I want to focus on versus chasing some vanity dream of my own, you know, and they all are vanity dreams, you know what I mean? But, you know, that's why I stayed, you know, that's what kept me here at least, you know?
Yeah.